So what do you think about when you hear about prepper, like doomsday prepper or survivalism, right? What do you think about these people? Like, oh, these are some crazy people that are thinking the end of the world is coming. And these are hardcore right-wing people, far right, that are like the end of the world and they're going to take over and we got to prepare for it. And then all of a sudden, people get news that Mark Zuckerberg is building a $100 million underground bunker. Is that a joke? No. And by the way, did you know the word of the year for 2022 that they added to the dictionary? You ready? Here's what the word of the year was for 2022. Crisis. What's perma-crisis? A word describing the feeling of living through a period of civil war, inflation, and political instability has been chosen as Collins Dictionary's word of the year. And what's crazy is when you look at the doomsday clock that they've been tracking every year from 1947 to 2023, you want to know what's wild when you look at this chart? January 24, 2023, doomsday clock update. A time of unprecedented danger. It is 90 seconds to midnight, which means a lot of people are worried that something crazy could happen. And that's a year ago. A year ago, you know what wasn't going on? October 7th, what happened in Israel, Hamas, Palestine, and then 2024 election, chaotic craziness. People are saying, babe, I know we don't really care much about politics, but maybe we need to be a prepper and, what if something happens to us? In this episode, I'm going to show you different levels of how you can prepare. I'm going to give you different kind of cars people are buying to be prepared and different kind of bunkers people are buying to be prepared for doomsday. Okay, so if you get value out of this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Here's what we're looking at based on some data from Finder. What are preppers buying and how much are they spending? When it comes down to what they're buying, at the top, it's food and water, then it's toilet paper, medical supplies, survival kits, stash of cash, home renovations, self-defense, insurance, and a few other items. And then when it comes down to sexes, who is more likely to be a prepper, a man or a woman? You probably guessed it right. It's men. 1 out of 3 men is a prepper, but 1 out of 4 women are preppers. By the way, still, women are 1 out of 4 are like, listen, I'm going to prepare for God forbid something crazy happening to me. And what's crazy is if I were to ask you right now and say, hey, which generation do you think is most paranoid, worried about what could happen to them? More boomers, millennials, Gen X, Gen Z? What would you say? What if I told you out of all the different generations, when you look at this, Gen Z are the ones most concerned about what could happen, and they're the ones prepping the most for emergency. Look at this here. Boomers all the way down at 18%. You got Gen X 20%, Gen Y 39%, Gen Z 40%. So look, I've been in the financial industry since 9/11, the day before 9/11, and I've owned stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, crypto, gold, you name it, I've owned it. But the one thing that's very important part of my portfolio all these years is gold. I love having a percentage of my net worth in gold that I have access to in case of many different things. That's why we chose to work with our new sponsor, American Hartford Gold. If you have retirement funds that you cannot afford to lose, American Hartford Gold will ship physical gold or silver directly to your door. Also, if you have retirement funds that you can't afford to lose, now is the time to call American Hartford Gold, a precious metal dealer you can trust. They have the finest products, amazing customer service, and a buyback commitment. They've earned a 5-star rating from thousands of reviews and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Tell them I sent you and they'll send you up to $5,000 worth of free silver on your first order. So text the word VALUE to 65532 or call 866-695-7074 or go to AmericanHartfordGold.com/valuetainment. And by the way, you can really break this down by region, how the West is the most with preparedness, then the South. You can break this down all the way you want, but there's different ways. You may be watching the same, Pat, how do I prepare for something like this? There's different tiers to it. The range of preparedness, you can start off as basic, as $1,000, a couple different items you can buy. You can enroll in survival training courses to learn about essential skills such as wilderness, survival, basic medical care, and navigation. Or you can go $2,000 for buying a tent, a sleeping bag, portable water filtration system, and compact cooking supplies. Investing maybe a communication tool like satellite phones and two-way radios to stay connected during emergencies. Maybe it's a home preparedness, $5,000, installing a backup power generator, solar panels, and a water storage system at home, reinforcement of doors and windows for increased security against potential threats. Maybe you're going to go $50,000 to $500,000. Remote retreat property. This is purchasing a remote property away from urban centers to establish a secondary retreat. Construction of a sustainable off-grid cabin with its own water source, solar power, and gardening facilities for for long-term self-sufficiency. Then you have the customized survival vehicle. This is modification of a vehicle for survival purposes, including reinforced armor, off-road capabilities, advanced communication system, installation of a rooftop tent, extra fuel storage, and other features for extended travel in case of evacuation. Then you have community survival compound. This is $1 million where you're building a collaboration with like-minded individuals to establish a communal survival compound. And this got a kitchen, medical center, a bunch of different things. Then you got private Doomsday bunkers, which I'll show you a couple of them. And then you have the luxury Doomsday retreat. If you're somebody that's in the level of, man, I want to spend some money protecting myself and my family, here's 15 best survival vehicles that they're building. Number one, Mercedes-Benz G-Class, believe it or not, is the best when it comes down to this, according to Armor Max, which is who's ranking these cars. Number two, a bulletproof Ford Raptor truck, which is pretty sick to have. Number three, Jeep Wrangler, right, is one of the safest. Four, look at this guy here, Knight XV, which is apparently 15 armored SUV. That thing looks pretty insane, by the way, with what it offers. I'm kind of turned on by it myself. You got a Tahoe, but this is not just a regular Tahoe. Apparently, some of these guys are going to be bulletproof. You have the bulletproof Toyota Hilux. You have Land Rover Defender, custom conversion of it. You have the Toyota Tacoma, Chevrolet Colorado, Toyota FJ Cruiser. You got the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. You got Audi 8 Security. You got bulletproof Cadillac Escalade, looks sick. You got bulletproof military Humvees and bulletproof Bentley Continental. And by the way, if you drive a Tesla, Tesla has a bioweapon defense mode. It's an additional model. You could have bought it between 2019 and 21. The upgrade was $425. Again, for doomsday type of situations. For some of you rich people, you rich folks that can afford to build yourself a nice compound underground, let me be your realtor today on this video and try to sell you. By the way, I don't do this. I'm just joking with you. Some of you guys are going to call and say, Pat, I'd like to buy one from you. Let's take a look at some of these crazy bunkers worldwide. You ready? Here's one, the Vivos Europa 1 luxury underground bunker house. Just look at that picture right there. This is in Rothenstein, Germany, 76 acres above and below ground, 34 living quarters, each 2,500 square feet, kitchen, bedrooms, deluxe bathrooms, living, dining, swimming pool, theater, gym, and bar. So while the world's coming to an end above you, you're watching a nice little movie and just kind of shaking a little bit while you're at a place like this in Germany. By the way, this next one's pretty wild. This is a survival condo Doomsday bunker in Kansas, U.S., built from a missile silo, 15 floors with amenities like shooting range, rock climbing wall, indoor pool, water park, library, theater, bar, fitness center, and a command center. It can withstand a nuclear bomb 100 times more powerful than the Nagasaki bomb. Look at the way this looks like, by the way. This started by Larry Hall's survival condo facility built within a former Atlas F missile silo constructed by the Army Corps of Engineers, has more than 54,000 square feet of protected space designed to sustain 75 people for more than 5 years. This next one is in Las Vegas. It's called the Las Vegas Underground Shelter Doomsday Bunker. Massive 14,620 square feet, 26 feet below ground, shielded by the house above. Features spa, pool, guest house, fountain, nightclub, and a bar. Nightclub. 5 bedrooms, 6 luxurious bathrooms. Entry points designed like rocks. Interior reflects Cold War period. This next one's called the Aristocrat Rising S Company. Features accommodates up to 50 people, hot sauna, swimming pool, gym, game room, theater, multi-vehicle garage, gun range, spacious dining, and living rooms. This next one's called the Safe House, luxury underground bunker house. Kind of looks like the house from Purge, if you've seen the movie Purge. Above ground with glass windows, allowing natural light, 6,100 square feet, swimming pool, outdoor theater, retracting bridge connecting terrace and pool. This next one is Vivos, Indiana. Accommodates up to 80 people for about a year. Common living and dining areas, garden space for vegetables, laundry, leisure, exercise, and storage. This next one is Vivos X Point. You can tell these Vivos guys specialize in this doomsday bunker in South Dakota, U.S. Largest doomsday bunker community, 575 bunkers, each accommodating 10 to 24 people, customizable with kitchen, dining, living, bedrooms, and gym. This next one is the Greenbrier Bunker. Doomsday, this is in West Virginia, U.S., built to protect the U.S. Congress during Cold War. 2 meeting spaces, capacity for 435 and 100 seats, designed to last 60 days, decontamination showers at entrances. That's very important. This next one's pretty sick. Global Seed Vault. This is in Svalbard, Norway protects plant species in case of apocalypse, houses up to 4.5 million seed varieties in 3 cold storage units in the mountain for natural temperature cooling. And by the way, I'll give you the last one. It's called Open 'em. There's a video, matter of fact, you may be even watching this while I'm talking over it. Doomsday bunker. Size. It features a 6,750 square foot apartment and ground level golf course, helipad, 5-star underground bunker, and various amenities, spa, swimming pool, cinema, library, bar, hospital. And this is in Czech Republic, Europe. This is a business model. They're building a full-blown underground facility for you to house your cars, to be able to entertain yourself, to stay there, not have to worry about the nuclear attack or anything that may be taking place. So if a company like Opidum is doing something like this, they're not doing it because only one person is interested, or 2 people are interested, or 5 people are interested. They're doing it because there's a business model for this, and many people who can afford to do something like this are making phone calls to companies like this to say, can you please build an underground bunker for us where it can be entertaining, luxurious, protecting our car, protecting our assets, and at the same time, we can enjoy ourselves there, feel safe with our family, friends, and people that we love. For some of you that are watching this, you're saying to yourself, I didn't even think about this stuff. This is pretty crazy. Like, people like that are really thinking about buying something like this? Yes. It's just like owning a life insurance policy. You don't buy it because you're dying tomorrow. You buy it because in case something happens, your family is protected. And many people who are all about being prepared, there's a famous saying, proper preparation prevents poor performance. The more prepared you are, the less you have to stress out. If you're married with kids and a family and you can afford it at whatever level it is, you may want to consider preparing for God knows what could happen in the future, especially with all the chaotic times that we're living in today. Having said that, if you got value out of this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We also did a video on food shortage. If you've never seen this one before, very interesting. Click here to watch that video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye, bye-bye.